Hello students, this video is based on lesson number 8, that is geography, nature and its scope. So in this chapter we are going to study what is the nature of the geography and what are the scopes of geography, means what are the careers which you can do with the help of geography subject, how geography is what is the relevance of geography in your day-to-day life, and what are different branches of geography, how it is subdivided. So all these things we are going to study in this chapter. So till now we have learned in all the chapters regarding the physical changes, political changes, then what are the factors influencing regional development. So various concepts we have studied during our 11th as well as during our 12th standard geography. So in this lesson we'll see the nature and scope. So the nature of the Earth's surface is full of variations. There are various features with variations such as mountain, hills, plains, plateaus, oceans, rivers, lakes, deserts and many more. Climatic patterns on a global and local level, its impact on vegetation and wildlife, wind patterns, soil and its types are also studied in geography. So various n numbers of topics are considered in geography. If we talk about the climate, if we talk about the weather, if we talk about the location, if you will talk about the physical characteristics, the sea, river, water bodies. Apart from that, we can also talk about different countries, their political status. So everything is covered. If we consider, everything is covered in geography. The types of landforms, submarine relief, ocean currents, salinity, etc. are also studied by geography. So, different types of sea, then what are the oceans, then the depth and other things related to oceans, as well as the ocean currents, the salinity present in the ocean. So, all these things are also studied in geography. So all these physical aspects affect the human population, and these factors bring about variation in social and cultural features too. So it changes from place to place and time to time. So because of all these factors, they are interrelated to each other. Influence of one factor is going to affect the other factor. So because of that, there is a connectivity, and all these factors or features are going to change from one place to another place. So we can see that geography is related to other subjects also. Here you can see that engineering, remote sensing, geological. So physical geography is related with geology, meteorology, biology and pedology. So geology is geomorphology, meteorology is climatology, biology, biogeography and geography of soil is pedology. So again, in human geography, we can say historical geography, which is in history, political geography, which is in political science, economic geography, which is in economics, behavioral geography, which is in psychology, social geography is in sociology, and population geography comes in demography. And then is our geographic techniques. So computer science is geographic information system, geodesy, cartography, statistics, qualification methods in geography, and engineering is remote sensing. So you can see that different types of other subjects or sectors of other educational sectors are also involved, or they are interlinked with your geography subject. So if you consider that geography is a subject which has a connectivity with all other subjects, and it influences and it has a different section in all the subject. So physical geography and human geography are the two types of geography. So this is how the geography is divided into. So let us understand the difference between both of them. So geography can be divided into two major themes, that is your physical factor and human factor. So based on these factors, the two branches are created in geography, that is human geography and physical geography. Now what is physical geography? Physical geography includes the study of landform, drainage, slope, relief, composition, structure, weather, climate, then winds, precipitation, climate types, ocean, sea, river, lake. So all the things which we see physically, all of them are included in your physical geography. So it can consist of other life forms like human being, microorganisms, macroorganisms, ecosystem, food chain, ecological balance too. Then all these things which are naturally present or physically present are going to come in your physical geography. Then the next type is human geography. So human geography studies the relationship between the man and his environment. So we stay in some location, what is the environment over there, what are the physical factors in those places, what is the climatic condition in these places. So this relationship of human with the atmosphere, with the environment in which he is living, is considered in your human geography. And the distribution of various attributes related to human, social and environmental phenomena around the world. In case of human geography, every social science studied separately has interface with branches of human geography because of their spatial attributes. Social science such as sociology, political science, economics, history and demography are closely linked with the branches of human geography like social, political, economic, population and historical geography respectively. So in human geography, if we consider, human is involved in the things like socialism, he is also involved in the politics, he is also involved in the other economic factors. So because of this, all these things are coming under your human geography, which is made by man. So next is nature of geography as a discipline. So let us see something about geography. What is geography exactly? So geography is a study of the earth and phenomena related to it. The earth is dynamic and there are variations in its physical and cultural environments. So geography is nothing but it is the study of earth. So whatever is related or with earth or whoever is living on the earth comes under your geography aspect. So it includes the physical things, it includes the environmental things, as well as it also includes the human things also. So geographers study these distributions, their patterns and their variations, and also study the causes behind these phenomena. So thus a geographer is interested in knowing the cause and effect relationship between distributions and patterns. So basically a geographer is a person who studies geography. So what are the things they include in their study is, what is the pattern, what is the variation of one location from other location, and they come across with the relationship of different distribution. Everything on the earth is totally uneven. You see variations on each and every location. Each and every location is differentiated and distinguished from other region because of its different patterns. So all these studies are done by a geographer. For example, a geographer studies various crops in different regions. Geographers understand that this is a result of different climate, soil, demand in the market, and application of technologies, etc. By studying a region, he can tell what type of economic activities are most suitable for a region. Suppose if we take an example of some region, based on the climate, the crops, the soil is going to give an yield of some particular production or cultivation. So based on that, the occupations will be developed. So based on that, the lifestyle or the settlements will be seen. If there is a region where there is high rainfall, definitely you will see the houses will have a sloping or a pyramid or a slope on their house. Why? So that the water should get drained off easily. Okay, so in the case if you see in the very high snowy area where there is a constant snow, in such places the trees, they are totally apex. Okay, their leaves are so smooth and the steep slope that the snow whichever is fallen on it gets drained off. So these are the things where you can see that each and every location has a different characteristic, and based on that the crops, the soil, also the houses, the human lifestyle, the standard of living is being selected. A geographer studies space or area or a geographical location. Moreover, these geographical phenomena, whether it is physical or human, are not static but highly dynamic. See, whatever is in geography, the things which we study in geography, whether it is based on physical aspects or whether it is based on human aspects, they keep on changing. So because of that, they are called as dynamic. Dynamic means what? It always keeps on changing, it is never constant. And static means what? It is always stable, there is some particular stability. So these geographers, they keep on studying the physical and human aspects which are always dynamic in nature and not static in nature. They change over time. For example, we study weather over a period of time, roughly 30 years, and decide the climate of a place. So we cannot within a fraction of second, sometimes it is sunny, sometimes it's rainy. Okay, the climate, the weather, it keeps on changing every day. So roughly we have to calculate the weather or a climate of some certain place for near about 30 to 50 years, then we can conclude the exact climate of that place. The population of India or world over a period of time, development of a landform or the age of the earth are various phenomena which are of interest to the geographer as they are concerned with time. So basically, geographer always likes to study the different landforms. We have already studied in 11th standard that the landforms are always changing. There are some slow movement, there are some sudden movements which keep on changing the landforms. So different landforms, the change in the landforms as well as the change in the space according to the time can be studied with the by the geographer. So thus, geography is a study of space and time, and this makes a question like geography dynamics in nature. In short, geographer tries to answer the question why, where, when, what. So all these questions like where it is, when these things happened, why these things were happened, and what are these things. So all these things are being studied by a geographer in geography subject. The skills required to study geography and the methods and techniques which we use in geography makes it empirical and practical in nature. The study is very scientific and is always supplemented with experiments, data, observations, patterns, data analysis, and research findings. It is not just based on theory but supported by evidences based on data collection and analysis through which tools and techniques. So always this study which a geographer does is not on some particular theory. There are so many evidences, they go in the past, they study for years and years, and then only they can conclude something by the observation, something by the data they have collected, or something by the experiment, or there might be some patterns which are regularly repeated in certain areas. So by these research or by these findings, then only the geographer can conclude some things of some particular area. So what are the skills of geographer? The skills of geographer includes data organization. All the data which it has should be organized in a well manner which can give him an ability to take a decision. Next is data representation with the help of graphs and maps. So we all have studied that there are several maps which are thematic map, which are different types of maps which gives you a detailed information regarding all the different locations and the vegetation, the climate, the rainfall in those specific place. So graph and maps are basically used, and it is mostly used in the case of geography. Next is analysis with the help of statistical techniques. So based on the different statistics, the proportionate, the percentage of changes, we also can give an analysis, and we also can distinguish the things. Next is write reports and present the findings. So after searching and after studying on these analytics and data, they write a report, they give an information about it on the basis of their findings. Next is observation. Observation is very important factor, because each and every change or each and every variations are being observed every time, and based on the observations also they can write the thesis on it. Then next is making of maps. So basically, without map we cannot study geography. We need to understand the extent, we need to understand the location based on longitude and latitude. So map or making map is very much essential, whether it is world map, whether it is a district map, or whether it is a country's map. So all these things are very much important. Next is data interpretation. So whatever data we have, suppose we are calculating about some population, then what is the male population, female population, what is the population density, then what is the sex ratio. So all this data interpretation is also necessary in the case of geography. So land surveying with the help of instrument and advanced technology. So we already have this practical regarding land surveying. So how many people are living in some specific area, or we have the topic based on settlement, what is the use of land, so which land is used for which purpose, based on that we can understand rural urban places. So these are the land surveyings which will help us to understand whether that particular place is developed, underdeveloped, or is in developing stage. Next is data collection using surveys, photographs and satellite images. So now we can also see that data is collected with the help of different mediums. So data is collected with the help of survey. So we can go to some specific area, we can visit to various places, and with the help of communication with different people, we can survey the data and gather the information. Next is we can also click the photographs of different landforms, the changes in those landforms, okay, after some specific years. So even that is a type of data. And next is satellite images. So satellite works constantly. Day and night working of satellites is going to help us to conclude the changes. So even the satellite images are also useful for a geographer to understand the study of geography. Now next is dualism in geography. When we study geography, shall we study various regions in which a sector is distributed, or study various sectors in a region? So what is the dualism in geography that we'll see? There are some of the questions a geographer faces while studying, and this contrast is known as dualism in geography. So basically, whenever we study about some region, then there is a question which arises: shall we study the sectors which are included in the region, or shall we study the region with the help of the sectors? So these are the some dual things which come or which arises in the geographical's mind. So it refers to the extent of two contrasting or two separate approaches in geography. Some geographers are of the view that nature is more dominant than man. So because of that, it is called as environmental determinism, while others think that man dominates the nature. So they believe in possibilism. So there are two types of people, or the people who study geography. Like some believe that nature is more powerful than man. Okay, so they are called as environmental determinism. And the other who feels that no, that man is more dominating. Okay, man can dominate the nature. So this is a belief in possibilism. So there are many other such dualistic approaches in geography, and this makes geography a dualistic in nature. So what is dependent on what exactly? So that cannot be concluded in the geography. So because of that, geography subject is a dualistic subject in nature. So because of that, it makes geography dualistic in nature. It has two aspects at a time. Next is scope. Now we find that almost every discipline under natural and social science is linked with geography. Geology, meteorology, hydrology, pedology are linked with the fields of physical geography or geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, geography of soils. Similarly, knowledge of mathematics is also essential for cartographic techniques. So we have already seen that geography is linked with various other subjects. You can link geography with tremendous different subjects, and you can find that there is some connection and there is some interdependency in them. So drawing of maps and diagrams requires understanding of mathematics. To do data analysis, geographers use various statistical techniques and hypothesis testing. So whenever we draw a map, whenever we draw any type of diagram, we need to have a knowledge of geography, or we need to have a knowledge of maths as well. So without that, we cannot conclude any type of diagram. You cannot draw any type of bar diagram, bar chart, pie diagram. Okay, for that you need to have a knowledge of maths. Next, in case of human geography, every social science studied separately has interface with branch of human geography because of their spatial attributes. So in every human geography, all the things which are dependent on human are also considered as an important attribute. Social science such as sociology, political science, economics, history and demography are closely linked with the branches of human geography like social, political, economic, population and historical geography respectively. It can be concluded that geography has a strong interface with nature as well as with social studies. At the same time, every subdiscipline in geography has its own scope. This is because their subject matter varies over space and time. So you can conclude that your geography is related to nature, related to environment, with the same time it is related to man, it is related to social science, and it has its own scope. Geography has adopted and developed a lot from different disciplines within its own boundaries. Many branches of geography have developed from mainstream disciplines, and this makes geography an integrating and interdisciplinary discipline. So many times, because of its interconnectivity with other aspects or other subjects, has also made geography to cross its own boundaries, and because of that it has become a mainstream in the case of discipline. Now let us come across with different trends in geography. A geographer explains the phenomena in a frame of cause and effect relationship. It helps in analysis but also predicts the future through data collection and modeling, and this opens up with interdisciplinary avenues and widens the scope of modeling. So basically what happens, because of the growth in geography and the large scope in the geography, you can understand the future, you can predict the changes in the future, whatever data you have collected right now or whatever surveying you are doing presently. So because of that, geography has a wide scope. The dynamic nature of geography keeps adding new things in the subject. The audio and visual media and information technology have enriched the database. Technology use of computers and softwares has offered better opportunities in data collection, interpretation, analysis and presentation. So because of advanced technology and because of advanced development, today we are using even IT, that is information technology, to study geography. So this information technology is helping geography or a geographer to collect the data, to interpret the data with the help of different softwares, and because of that, collection of data, interpreting the data has become an easy method and you can do analysis on it. So use of GPS and GIS has become a mandatory aspect of geographical studies. Mapping is now mostly done using GIS software. Thus, knowledge of computers is now an added skill that a geographer requires. So, use of apps has also further enhanced its application in daily life. So, basically, we have seen that there are so many apps nowadays. Whenever you travel, you have a GPS system which tells you the location, which gives you the way how you can travel. The shortest path can be given to you. The traffic in that area can be noted to you. So, all this development has helped a geographer to go beyond its limitation and beyond its barrier. So because of these apps, we can enhance the study of geography and we can make it as much as faster as possible. Mathematical modeling and computer models are now increasingly being used in the applied geography. The future growth and density of population, use of land, intensity of cropping and migration, pattern of population, industrialization, urbanization and growth of cities as well as slums are being predicted with the help of such models. Means whenever we take the data through the data collection or through data survey or data interpretation we do on it. So during such cases, what are the things we come to know? We come to know the stage or the state of population currently. We also know that what is the difference between the previous years and this year's population. We come to understand that what are the ratio of males, what are the ratio of females. So such things can be understood with the help of data collection. And basically we do data collection, then we convert that data into some percentage or we make some statistics. So having a knowledge of maths or having a base of maths is very much necessary for those things. So nowadays there are so many advanced computer models which we use. There are so many applications which has made our task more easier. We can save as much as data as we can, and we can take a decision by doing a perfect analysis on those data. Advanced statistical techniques and computer programs are being used in studying and explaining geographical phenomena depending on the collection of reliable data about the Earth's surface phenomena. The use of computer helps in measurement of numerous elements in the geographic environment. So with such vast scope and dynamic developments occurring in this subject, it has become a lucrative option as a career, as we know that computer is used in all the sectors. So even in geography's field we can use computer, and it has become a very important tool to help a geographer to study the geography and its scope very nicely, as all the things of geography are very much dynamic. They keep on changing, always it has to be updated, always it has to be modified, so that cannot be done manually. So we require computer models, computer applications and softwares to interpret our data. Besides being a popular and lucrative subject and providing a good base of knowledge in competitive examinations, geography offer great careers with a combination of various hard and soft skills. So if apart from all these things, we all know that we have UPSC exams, MPSC exams, the civil service examination, competitive examination. So in that there is a separate weightage for your geography subject. So it is very much important, and you should have a knowledge of this subject. So it offers a great career combination with other hard and soft skills also. Now let us see some of the careers in geography. So there are so many careers which we can do in geography, such that entrepreneurship, freelancing, journalism, tourism, teaching, book writing, blog writing, content writing, map making services are the fields which need people from background in geography. So basically, if you have a base of geography, if you have studied in depth about geography, you have completed your graduation, post-graduation in geography, then definitely you have that command on it. So in such cases you can do all these types of jobs which are working at the base of your geography subject. Geographers are also increasingly working in the field of environmental conservation, water pollution and monitoring, water conservation, environmental education, sustainability, health, urban governance, transport and planning, etc. Along with that, even the geographer is engaged with other things. Now as we all know that we stay on earth and we are developing day by day, but because of our development there is an imbalance in the nature. there is an imbalance in the ecosystem. So just to overcome with such imbalance, that is also a duty of a geographer to work for it. So a geographer is working to conserve the environment, to conserve the nature, to avoid water pollution, to do water conservation. So all these things are done by a geographer. Use of technology has also made it possible for more and more startups upcoming in this field. The study of geography is emerging as a discipline of evaluation and managing natural resources. In order to achieve these objectives, it is essential to understand the intricate relationship between physical environment and human beings. As we all know that lot of resources are available in nature and we are dependent on that. There are very few resources which are made by man. All are the natural resources which are consumed by human being. So just consuming it, and in return we are not helping it out, or we are just creating an imbalance by consumption. So this is going to create an imbalance in your ecosystem. So you should always keep a balance between your physical environment and your human beings. Now, physical environment provides resources and human beings utilize these resources and ensure their economic and cultural development. Accelerated pace of resource utilization with the help of modern technology has created ecological imbalance in the world. The Sustainable Development Goals, that is SDGs, given by United Nations are related to various aspects of geography. Hence, a better understanding of geography is absolutely essential for sustainable development and avoiding clashes between man and nature. So, all of us, all the human beings should have a better understanding of geography. That is very much essential because we stay on earth. The study of earth, the study of nature, the study of environment, atmosphere around us can be done only with the help of geography. We cannot imagine a single day without geography. If we won't have understood that how is the rotation, how is the revolution of the earth around the itself or around the sun, so these things if we won't have understood, then we won't have be able to calculate the timing. You would haven't understood what is the day, what is night. So all these things are starting from there. So indirectly we never have thought in such a depth that how geography is important to us, but it's really a very very important subject which has a good scope, and its scope is increasing day by day. So there are so many career opportunities which you can do in geography. So this lesson is all about the nature of geography, the scope of geography, the trends which are upcoming in geography, as well as the career opportunities which you can see with different fields emerging in geography. So this is all about lesson Geography, Nature and its Scope. So this is the end of the syllabus. To watch any kind of video regarding 12th HSC board examination, you can watch on this YouTube channel. If any queries, you can comment me in the comment section. Thank you for watching.